It's taken the German band Einsturzende Neubauten a little over a decade to reach these shores. Yet to their credit, the band have forsaken nothing of their old fire in 1991, mostly forging a kind of jagged, industrial, almost dance music. Not all that dissimilar to what Australia's own SPK were alienating local audiences with in the early 80s. They were every bit as confrontational and unnerving and loud as expected.
Is this a comical interview or what? As I was saying yesterday, you should have asked him about the philosophy of the whole thing.
Well,
popular culture from the Beatles to Neubauten. It's always been about a code.
They're not interested in song structures. They're not interested in verse, chorus, coda, middle eight structures of songs. They're interested in creating soundtracks. Fronting this outfit, Blixa Bargeld's voice deserves much of the credit. Though barely capable of actually singing, he nevertheless manages to emit a most impressive range of noises, odd little squawks and grunts, piercing screams, and dark, breathless murmurings, as well as a robust oratory delivered both in his native German and in English.
I'm in the lucky situation that I don't have to find a drawer for it. I mean, I think the band has been mislabeled very often, like has been mislabeled as industrial. But I can't really relate to the ideas. I can't relate to a lot of the ideas of industrial music. I can't relate to, and I especially can't relate to the people that do it. So I feel really better if it's labeled rock music. I would feel better than I would feel if it would be labeled industrial music.
I remember seeing Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds last time they were in Australia, and from the moment he and Bargeld walked on stage, the audience began to pummel themselves into oblivion for the rest of the concert. And that was true of Neubauten as well. That, I think, is all bound up with Bargeld himself and what he represents. Bargeld is a larger-than-life, or thinner-than-life figure, who's tied up with all those associations of crowd violence and crowd politics.
You're dead, you're identical with all your ideas.
It's a very arrogant kind of music in many ways, because it distances itself. It indistances itself from the audience more so than your average band ever could.
2 years' time, you won't be even able to remember if it was in Sydney or if it was in Paris, that you had that particular night and that particular concert, because the things will be very, very similar.
I'm always curious as to what extent they would like the audience to do the things they do, how extreme a reaction they might want, even though they're not going to show any kind of pleasure in it. I often wonder whether they're actually thinking, gee, I hope they really go wild tonight. Like nothing else this year. Some pieces verged on the unlistenable, loud, long, grating whines and staccato rhythms. Others hushed, eerie, and spellbinding. Einsturzende Neubauten is a soundtrack to a nightmare, but it is one from which waking lends no relief.